In the last 50 years, sperm count has dropped by more than half. And this isn't just a number. This is all of our story. Perhaps a crisis we don't fully understand yet. Now think about it. The average man living in the 1970s had nearly twice the sperm count of a man today. Twice. And this isn't just happening in one country. Worldwide, the same pattern. In America, in Europe, in Asia, the same decline everywhere. Now you have to ask yourself, are we really facing a crisis? Or is this issue being blown out of proportion? When we look at the scientific data, the picture isn't very encouraging. There's a researcher named Shanna Swan. She studied this for years, and what she found is surprising. Honestly, I was shocked. Sperm count has seriously declined since the 1970s, and new data shows this decline isn't slowing down. In fact, it's accelerating. But it's not just about the numbers. Sperm quality is declining. Testosterone levels are dropping. Male reproductive health is weakening overall. So something bigger is happening here. This is no longer just an individual problem. It's become a public health indicator. And you can't help but ask, why? The answer isn't just one factor, but one of the biggest suspects. Chemicals. The plastic bottles you use every day. Your cosmetic products. The packaging of the food you eat. Most of these contain endocrine-disrupting substances. Chemicals that directly interfere with your body's hormone system. BPA, phthalates, PFAS. I know it sounds technical, but the effects are very real. Especially during development in the womb, they can affect the male reproductive system, and the effects can last for years, even across generations. But it's not all on the environment. Our modern lifestyle plays a huge role too. We move less. We sit for long periods. Our bodies are exposed to more heat. Laptop on your lap, phone in your pocket. We're constantly trying to cope with stress. Plus, our diet has changed. More processed, more packaged foods we consume. When all this combines, your hormone balance is affected. Especially testosterone production gets suppressed. And this directly affects sperm quality and production. And the data supports this. Over the last few decades, testosterone levels in men have noticeably declined. What's more, the drop in testosterone and the decrease in sperm count are progressing in parallel. These two aren't independent of each other. They're parts of the same system. Some research brings up a more controversial idea. Could male biology be changing over time? They call it feminization. The idea that shifts in hormone balance could affect male development. It's still controversial, but it's not being completely ignored. It raises scientific curiosity, because the data is there, and it's too clear to dismiss. Now let's look at this from a broader perspective. What happens if this trend continues? Natural conception could become more difficult. The need for IVF and assisted reproductive technologies could increase. Fertility rates could decline overall. And this isn't just an individual health issue. It could affect the demographic structure of societies. It could change the biology of future generations. So what's really behind this situation? What changed in the last 50 years? Our plastic use exploded. In the 1970s, about 50 million tons of plastic were produced annually worldwide. Today, it's over 400 million. Chemicals have seeped into every area of our lives. Processed foods became normalized. We've gradually moved away from nature. Urbanization increased. Air pollution rose. Our lifestyle became more sedentary. All of these are among the factors that negatively affect sperm quality. But there's a positive side to this story too. Research shows some lifestyle changes can make a real difference. Regular exercise, eating healthy and balanced, reducing stress, avoiding chemicals as much as possible. These can actually be effective. So, the situation isn't completely out of control. We still have a say. As I was researching this topic, I realized something. In our daily lives, we've normalized so many things. We never question them. Every day we drink water from plastic bottles. We heat food in microwave bags. We use non-stick pans. We apply cosmetic products, and we don't think about any of it. But our bodies are thinking, our cells are reacting, our hormones are changing, and years later, we see the results. This isn't just a biological problem. This is a reflection of the effects of modern life. Now think even bigger. This isn't really just about sperm count. This is the impact of the environment on human biology. And this impact isn't just on men. Hormonal imbalances are increasing in women too. Early puberty, late menopause, fertility problems. They're all part of the same picture. Because endocrine disruptors don't discriminate by gender. They affect everyone, just in different ways. When you think about it evolutionarily, it gets more interesting. Humans have been on this planet for hundreds of thousands of years. And in the last 50 years, our bodies have faced such dramatic changes. Evolution doesn't work this fast. Our bodies can't adapt, because the change is too sudden, too rapid. Plastics, synthetic chemicals, electromagnetic radiation. All of these are inventions of the last 50 to 100 years. But our bodies are almost the same as they were 50,000 years ago. That's where the mismatch is. Here's the critical point. If change doesn't happen, the reproductive health of future generations could be seriously affected. Scientists say some environmental effects can last for generations. So the choices you make today don't just affect you, they affect your children too. Even your grandchildren. They call it epigenetics. Environmental factors changing genetic expression. And these changes can be passed on to the next generation. But this isn't a hopeless situation. Quite the opposite. Awareness is the first step. Science shows us change is possible. Even small steps can make a difference. Reducing plastic use, turning to organic foods, minimizing chemical-containing products, living a more active life. These may seem simple, but they're effective. In summary, the decline in sperm count isn't just an alarm for men. It's a warning for all of us. A silent but important reality of the modern age. And science tells us this change is possible. But we need to be aware, and we need to take action. This isn't just statistics. This is the story of future generations. And the ones writing that story are us, with the choices we make today. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy this type of content, you can subscribe and follow me. In the comments, you can share what you think about this topic. What other current topics are you curious about? Write to me. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves and make conscious choices. Goodbye.